What's up, everyone? Welcome or welcome back. If this is your first visit, my name is Matt. On this channel, I do brand new car reviews. Today, I'm here at Beaver Toyota of St. Augustine, Florida, with this brand new 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid XLE trim with all-wheel drive. Now, this has been one of the most popular vehicles on the market, especially if you're looking for a hybrid. You're going to have a hard time finding that on the dealer lot. So today, I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out, the exterior, interior, technology, and of course, the test drive. So if you enjoy watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel. Consider subscribing. And if you liked anything about this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Now let's get back to this. The Grand Highlander, it's a mid-size three-row SUV from Toyota that was first unveiled in 2023 as a 2024 model year, and it comes with the three different engine configuration: the regular internal combustion engine, the hybrid, which I have for you today, and then the iForce Max, which is the more powerful hybrid. I think this one combines the best of both worlds because it gives you the best fuel economy without sacrificing much of the performance. But before we get into the numbers and see what's underneath the hood, let's take a look on the exterior. And I know the looks are subjective, but I really like the design of this vehicle. I think it's sleek, it's modern, it's sporty. They did a really nice job of designing this Grand Highlander. Right on top, we have this fairly flat hood and this high-mounted light. So we have the LED low beams and high beams. However, the turn signal is still incandescent. Underneath here, you'll find the actual functional air curtains on both sides, of course, and we have this large grille that's shiny black. Big Toyota logo right in the middle, and the chrome trim piece that surrounds the grille on top. Now let's pop the hood and see what's so special about this one. Underneath the hood, you'll find the 2.5-liter four-cylinder hybrid engine with 245 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque. That might not seem like a lot, but it provides an adequate acceleration while I was driving it, and also it gives you 32 miles per gallon on the highway and 36 in the city. So great gas mileage on this. Also, the all-wheel drive, it's not the standard traditional all-wheel drive with the drive shaft to the rear wheels. Rather, it is an electronic all-wheel drive, which has an electric motor mounted on the rear axle that provides the power to the rear wheels when necessary. Now, we still have the prop stick, which I wish was replaced with the hood strut, and we have some sound insulation underneath the hood. Definitely gonna show you or share with you the driving experience and the quietness of the cabin at the end of this video. Taking a look around, you can see the side profile of this Grand Highlander. It is an awesome looking vehicle. It is a large mid-size SUV, over 201 inches long with over 116 inches in wheelbase, provides an ample room for up to 8 passengers. I'm going to show you that in just a little bit, but first let's start with the wheel and tires. On this XLE trim, we have 18-inch alloy wheels with the Yokohama Geolandar tires. The size of them is 255 by 65, so we have some sidewalls. Kind of wish that the rim design was slightly different, but that doesn't really bother me too much. We also have that cladding that continues around at the bottom of the vehicle, and in the mirrors you'll find the turn signals, blind spot assist. This vehicle also provides the keyless entry system, so you can lock it or unlock it simply by either touching this indent on one of 4 doors, because it's on all 4 doors, or sticking your hand inside of it to unlock it. Now we have the black surroundings of the windows and the low profile roof rails. This particular one has also been updated with the panoramic sunroof, but this is not a standard feature that you get on an XLE trim. Here in the back, it features LED lights. I like the size of it. They're very nice and bright. We also have the turn signals and reverse lights. XLE is the trim that I have for you today. Down here, you have some reflector lights and have all-wheel drive, which means hybrid electric vehicle, all-wheel drive if it had a tow hitch. The hybrid can tow up to 3,500 pounds. If you go with either the iForce Max or the regular ICE vehicle, you can get up to 5,000 pounds. What else we have? We have the exposed wiper and the third brake light. The camera is, of course, underneath here. And as you can hear, this vehicle beeped because I got close to it. Let's see if it's got the proximity sensor for the hatch. Nope, this one does not. And no power hatch on this one. Yeah, it does. Just doesn't work. Maybe it hasn't been programmed yet. So you have the buttons to open and lock the vehicle. So something is not programmed on this particular one. And here in the back, behind the third row seats. Now, if you move them down like this, you have just over 20 cubic feet of space, which, by the way, is more than on the newest Palisade, which is just over 19. So it has plenty of room for cargo right here in the back. This particular one, we have some roadside assistance kit. See what else we have. We have the tools to help you change the tires, as well as place to store the retractable cargo cover. Is the spare tire underneath this vehicle? Nope, it's not. So no spare tire, but you probably have this fix-a-flat kit. And correction, I was wrong. But actually, spare tire. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's underneath this second floor. All right, so we can fold down the seats. It's a 60-40 split. Basically, pull on it and drop it. And as you can see, we have over 57 cubic feet of storage when the seats are dropped. And the third passengers can enjoy their own power from the USB Type-C. They also have their own cup holders, vents, and illumination, and that's all you need in the third row seat. Now, if you fold down the middle seats as well, you'll have over 97 cubic feet of storage, which makes it one of the largest in its class. Well, that's what we have in the cargo area. Let's see what we have on the interior. Well, how do you get in the third row seat? There's a lever on top. I'll show you that in a minute. You pull on it, you move the seat out of the way, and you have plenty of space to get inside. So let's check it out and see how much room we have. Now, for point of reference, I'm almost 6 feet tall. And when I sit as such, I have about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches above my head, which is not bad. I have plenty of shoulder room as long as the third person is not sitting here. And let's see about the knee room. If I move the seat all the way back, I can still close it, but I'll be resting my knees at the back of the seat. However, if I pull it up just a little bit, maybe so, I can fit more comfortably. Now, I probably wouldn't go on a cross-country trip in the third row seat, but for even a longer drives, it is fairly comfortable. And this is how the third row seat looks like. You can see there's 3 seat belts on top, so either 3 kids or 2 adults can fit in there. Now, the seat in the middle, we have a bench configuration, which is also designed for 3 people, but you can option in with the captain chairs as well. And then it's going to be 7 people with slightly easier access to the back seat. Now, this is Softex material, which is the Toyota man-made leather. We have some perforations in the middle. We also have the console that opens up with the cup holders. And here in the back, you have your second row climate control. As you can see, that includes the temperature adjustments, fan adjustments, different vent settings. We have the USB Type-C on both sides and the regular 12-volt power outlet at the bottom. The floor is pretty flat, so it's going to provide tons of room for even the third row passengers. And the seats are nicely curved in for the maximum knee room, which I'm going to check in just a little bit. They also have the seat pockets for extra storage. Now, up on top, this one has the optional panoramic sunroof, and we also have the vents, illumination, of course, the grab handle. In the door panel, there's plenty of hard plastic, which is one thing I don't really like about this. Now, this is the only soft touch material, as well as the armrest. We have a little bit of storage here, cup holder at the bottom, a little bit more storage at the bottom of the door, and the speaker, and the manual sunshade. that protects you from being blinded by the sun. Let's see how much room we have for passengers. And here you'll find plenty of space, even for taller people. I'm 6 feet tall, have plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder room, and this seat is adjusted to my regular driving position, and it's pushed back quite a bit. Now, if I wanted to be nice to the person in the third row seat, I can also move this just a little bit, still having enough room for my knees, allowing the people in the back to be more comfortable. Or I can just recline and be comfortable myself. And before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. It is above average. Let's take a look and see what we have in this front door panel. So as you can see, you can still have a lot of plastic, hard plastic, which, not my favorite, but here's this what we have. We have some soft touch materials on the armrest, window, mirror, lock controls, more storage in the speaker. Both driver and passenger seats have the power adjustments, and the seats are nice, wide, and comfortable. Again, this is the Softex material, so this is the Toyota man-made leather. On the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you have the automatic lights as well as the gate control, and that's not programmed because I can't open it. So this is where you open the hood, this is where you open your gas door, and there's nothing crazy going on in the pedal compartment. And then we have the Toyota tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Let me jump inside, I'll show the rest of it. Well, let's do the door from the inside now. That's actually a lot better than it is from the outside. And here's the interior of this 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid XLE. Let's take a look. Starting on the right hand side, so what we have, you can see that there's vents. There's a USB Type-C for the passengers, so they don't have to use yours as a driver. A shelf that you can put some stuff in it. We have the large infotainment screen, that's 12.3, I believe, inch screen, and the digital instrument cluster. Toyota steering wheel on the larger side. Now we have some stitching on the inside. That is a leather wrapped steering wheel, and we have several buttons on each side. On the left hand side, we have the adjustments to what's going on in the instrument cluster, the back button, volume button, phone button, and the voice control. On the right hand side, you have the cruise control, adaptive cruise control settings as well. You can do the seek, track, and mode on your stereo. And behind it, of course, we have the lights and the wipers. Now this is your digital instrument cluster. Right now we're in the hybrid mode, so we're showing that the engine is charging the battery as we speak. The vehicle is ready to go, 86 degrees outside. Plenty of information that you need. Let's see what else we have. So we can do the adjust meter brightness, lane departure alert system, blind spot monitoring, pre-collision sensing. We have the PDA, rear cross traffic alert, safe exit assist, road sign assist. Then we have the vehicle settings, meter settings. We can change that if you want to. Hold OK to change the settings. We can change the language units, meter style, smart, tough, or sporty, I guess. All right, whichever one you want. Let's see the tough one. Not seeing how tough it is, but anyways. So we have about 106 miles on this vehicle, or is it 106 to empty? And then on the left hand side, temperature, right hand side, fuel gauge. And scrolling down, you'll have no messages. Then we have the fuel economy, but surprisingly it says 14.8, but the vehicle's been idling, probably just sitting on the dealer's lot. Adaptive cruise control, audio, and hybrid energy monitoring. Back to your safety features. Okay, so this is it. Now, of course, you have your speedometer and the gear indicator right there. Moving on to the large infotainment system. This is Toyota's newest infotainment system, and if you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all. They're all the same. We'll hit English here, continue. We're not going to set it up with Toyota app. So this is your main screen. Navigation is available as a subscription, or you can use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. They're both wireless. As far as the sources for your audio system, we have radio, and I need to turn this volume down. And within that, you have the FM, AM, and yes, you do have the Sirius XM. which I know some people were complaining on some of the competitors. And then you can also stream, of course, your music from your favorite source. Phone you can connect via Bluetooth, and vehicle settings, climate control. We have the trip information, energy flow, vehicle alert, and the general settings. So plenty of customization that you can do to this vehicle. I don't see any of the ambient lighting or anything like this on this particular trim. Maybe on the higher trim we'll have. Scrolling down here, that's where you'll see your climate control. And now we have two zones in the front, one zone in the back. Comes standard with the heated seats. Now we have the front window defroster right here. You can see in that it turns on this little heater in the front in case the wipers are basically frozen to your windshield. And then you can see what's going on right here in the back. You can also lock the rear so people in the back can't, or turn it off, or you can lock it so people in the back can't adjust it. So if you have kids in the back that are fighting over the temperature, you set it and don't let them. Now, a little warning right here, and that's basically says that the vehicle is transmitting data to Toyota, and then they're tracking you. So if you don't want to be tracked, just, call them. Your hazard lights, this is your power button. Now, here's an interesting thing, because it is a hybrid. So truly it is a power button. There's no starter sound or anything like this, because it really doesn't have it, right? So we have the USB Type-C port, another one for data transfer, and the wireless charger. Scrolling down, this is where you have your shifter, and we have the electronic parking brake hold. Now we have the traction control off. We can be in the EV mode. There's a really small battery in this vehicle, so if you're driving slow speeds like in the parking lot, it can do in electric drive only, but that's gonna turn off as soon as you hit the accelerator, basically. Hill descent assist. And here are your different drive modes. So we have normal, trail, eco, and sport. This is an all-wheel drive, so it has trail mode, and a little bit more storage in here. Pretty deep, actually, if you can see that, how deep it goes. So plenty of storage spaces, plenty of room on this vehicle. One thing I didn't check is the rear view camera. So let's put it in reverse. Pretty standard rear view camera. We have the active trajectory lines. You can actually wash it if it's dirty, and you can change the angle for it from the wide angle to the narrow angle. And that's pretty much it. That's enough, in my opinion. As long as it works, that's all fine. And then the up on top, regular mirror, we have the home link system. And scrolling up, you'll have the sunglasses holder, LED lights, SOS if you want to contact Toyota in emergency, and then your sunroof controls. Now, let's see. This is going to open and slide the sunroof open. If you wanted to just tilt the sunroof, the tilt button is actually this one right here, and that's all it's going to do. So this is your sunroof controls. Moving on to the visors, we also have the illuminated visors, and this is the interior of this 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid XLE. Well, let's touch on the price and take it for a spin. When you look at Toyota's website, there are several different hybrid trim levels that are available, starting with the Hybrid LE, and that vehicle starts at $44,210. What's interesting, that this vehicle comes standard with the all-wheel drive, while Hybrid XLE here in the United States comes standard with the front-wheel drive, available with the all-wheel drive, and starts at $45,380. Now, if you go to the Hybrid Limited, we are at $51,710, and that vehicle has the all-wheel drive. Then we go to the Nightshade, same thing, $52,610. That's built off of the Limited with some cooler exterior accents, essentially. And then we go to Hybrid Max Limited. So that jumps up to $54,690. That's a different powertrain. 26 miles per gallon to 27 miles per gallon is the gas mileage, so substantially less, but we have 362 net horsepower on that. And then, of course, we have Hybrid Max Platinum at $58,775. That's the hybrids on Toyota Grand Highlander. Now, the internal combustion engines are slightly less expensive. I believe there is about $3,000 difference between the hybrid and non-hybrid. Honestly, to me, this would be the choice with hybrid and the all-wheel drive. I just like the way that the all-wheel drive feels when you need it, especially in the slippery condition, and you'll never know when it's going to rain or snow. Well, snow in Florida, not very likely, but we did have one last year. Let's turn this vehicle completely around and see what the turning radius is. 201 inches long, and it's super quiet. Pretty tight turning. Not quite made it yet, made it through this turnaround here at the end of the road. So yeah, it's not bad. Since we have this open, essentially parking lot road, I want to try the acceleration from the stop. I mean, I know it's not the most important thing, but let's go. Well, check this out. Who said it doesn't have power? 245 horsepower. When I hit that accelerator, this all-wheel drive kicked in, giving me that extra boost from the back wheels. And yes, we're moving. Definitely no shortage of power when you need to merge in traffic. And it's very spacious on the inside. You have plenty of room. Matter of fact, I probably need to move this seat forward just a little bit. Decent size mirrors, no complaints there. Good visibility from the rear view mirror here in the inside as well. And you have this large windshield. You can see the hood, you can see the corners of this vehicle, so feels pretty safe. You also sit up higher. That makes it feel better as well, so you can see what's going on the road, especially in the age of all the large SUVs. And I just want to mention something, because we talked about pricing. When I talk about pricing, I talk about strictly MSRPs and the base MSRPs on certain trim levels. There are plenty of options that can be added to the vehicle, and this particular one only has one that came from the factory, and that's $1,350 panoramic sunroof. So if you like that, you can definitely add that on through the factory. Now, in the southeast here in Florida, Georgia, some of the other states, I'm not sure which ones, Toyota also has the Southeast Distribution Center that tends to put some additional equipment on the vehicles. This one has like the Toyo Guard Platinum, which is like 2 oil changes, 4 tire rotations, something like this. I'll list that all in the descriptions of the video. But I wanted to say that because I get a lot of comments or emails from people asking me how much that is. I don't work for the dealerships. I don't know what they're selling it for. I post a link in the description of this video, as well as a phone number. In this case, I'll post the number to Frank. He's a great salesperson here in Beaver Toyota, and he can definitely help you out. With the hybrids being as scarce as they are, a lot of dealerships are charging over. I'm not sure if that's the case here, but that's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been seeing pretty much across the board. Now, I'm accelerating here on this open road, and we get it up to about 60. You can hear the engine working. It's not overly loud, but you can definitely hear that. It goes away once you get to the speed, and you're just kind of coasting and cruising around. We'll try to do the stop to 60 acceleration and see how that is going to perform. And here we are. We're at 0. 30, 40, 50, 60, 59 actually. That's enough. It's not the fastest acceleration, guys, but it's adequate for the family SUV, and I think that's all that matters. Overall, I think it's one of the best, if not the best, mid-size 3-row SUV on the market. No wonder they're flying off the shelves. I think it's got great roominess, plenty of features, decent acceleration, great gas mileage, and the great reliability and dependability. Now, the competition is not sleeping. The Hyundai Palisade is coming out with a hybrid as well, with their Palisade, and supposing that's going to get over 30 miles to a gallon as well. So when it comes out, I'll definitely come and check that out as well. But overall, this is very impressive. And I definitely would recommend this vehicle to anyone who is looking for a midsize 3-row SUV with a great gas mileage, if of course you can find one. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you learned something about this brand new 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander. And if you did, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.